Hello colleagues and welcome. So in this presentation we do have got a case of umbilical hernia. So what we have here is, so you can see there's a defect. You can see there's a defect there, there's a defect, there's a defect, this is the defect there. So this is the defect that we have there, that's a defect. So let me trace it nicely. So we have got the defect there, that's a defect there, that's a defect. So you can see this outline. This one is this one is not bowel, so this is fat there that is trapped. There's also bowel that goes down there. So there's omental, so that's omental hernia. So this is omentum there, omentum. So you can only have a omentum or fat trapped inside the hernia, or it can be fat in the bowel. So when there is only fat trapped, so just it's just in omental hernia. So it can be both omental and bowel hernia. So there are different stages of a hernia. So you can have a only bowel and fat, or only fat that can herniate into the umbilical, as you can see there. You can also have got intestines or bowels that can go in, and after some time, because of the kink of the neck, or this neck there, it can kink the bowels there, and then what then happens is, like, the blood supply to the intestines is going to be compromised, as you can see. So you can see there's ischemic attack there, and you can see that the intestines are now strangulated. So a strangulated hernia is one where the blood supply is now compromised, and you can see that the bowels will die after they are trapped like that. So a hernia can reduce, like it can come back or it cannot. So if it has got a wider neck, then it can reduce. So in our case, you can see that this was a reducible hernia. The neck of the hernia, that's the neck. So the defect where the hernia protrudes out is called the neck of the hernia. So that's our neck of the hernia. Then the upper portion, or the biggest, that's called the fundus of the hernia. So that's the fundus. That's the fundus. So if the neck is wide, it means everything that is if this neck is wide, it means everything that is at the top there can come back, so it can reduce. But if the neck is narrow or too small, this portion there gets strangulated or strapped inside, and then it can then have a problem or challenge with the blood supply. So this is a classical case of a reducible bowel and omental hernia. So, but this is small hernia. It's not very big. It's not a very big hernia, as you can appreciate there. It's not a very big hernia, and this hernia uh, is reducing. So you must understand, or you must appreciate how a hernia appear like on ultrasound. So the other problem of a hernia, like in this case, as you can see, is almost isoechoic. It's almost isoechoic. So that becomes a challenge. If you are not careful, you will miss it. You will definitely miss it. So you need to be very careful, because the hernia and the surrounding tissue, they are looking almost the same, as you can appreciate. So you need to understand and appreciate um, how you can identify a hernia on ultrasound. So this is a male patient or 47-year-old with a umbilical defect, where we are seeing that hernia there. So in this, you can see nicely the hernia there. You can see it nicely. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. So that's the hernia. So the area that you are supposed to measure to make sure that it's reducing is this area there. That's the neck. Then this area must go in. It is to go in all of that area. So if this is not happening, it means that it's not reducing. And also, if it starts not to compress, it can be indicator that strangulation is happening. So I hope you are accumulating a wealth knowledge that you can use to transform your daily way of diagnosis. I thank you for your time. Let's meet again in the next presentation. Thank you.